Heavens, hi, I'm Derek, and I'm a member of the Faithful Remnant Church, the true church of the Most High True God. We are led by the last true Pope of these end times. He is Pope Peter the Last. He and his wife Mary Romanus are the two witnesses spoken in the book of Revelation chapter 11. Please go to the website testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com and read the words of Equator. Jesus Christ the Lord, the Most High True God, used so many practical examples to teach his people the way to the kingdom of heaven. Now this time, he taught us the need to abide in him by using vine and branches. He said in John chapter 15, verse 4 to 6, this is what the Lord said: "Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abide in me, and I in him, the same bring forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and it withers, and man gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned." The words of the Most High True God. This is very true. When a branch is cut off from a vine, it may look flourish the first day. Now, as the days goes on, the branches will wither and die. So as the Most High True God is asking us to abide in him so that we will not die. So we cannot do anything good on our own without the guidance of the true Holy Spirit. We cannot bear fruit on our own without depending on the source of good nutrient, which is the words of the Most High True God. When we allow the words of the Most High True God to dwell within us, that is exactly how we will allow the Most High True God to abide in us. For he is the word, the truth, and the life, and no one can go to the Father except through him. The best way to stop sinning is to allow the words of the Most High True God to dwell within you. No, that is what David said in the Psalms. David said, "Thy word I have hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee." The words of the Most High True God. So you see, David knew the way to stop sinning, and that is to allow the words of the Most High True God to abide in him. So if anyone does not store the words of the Most High True God in his heart, it is very possible that the person will be addicted to sinning, because there wouldn't be any checks and balances. The true Holy Spirit would depart from that person, and there wouldn't be anyone who will be warning him, and there wouldn't be any inbuilt spirit which will tell him that what he's doing is right or wrong. So the Most High True God is asking us to allow his words to abide in us so that we will stop sinning. There is a great consolation and benefit in allowing the words of the Most High True God to abide in our heart, and allowing the words of the Most High True God to dwell within us. The Lord has promised in John chapter 15 verse 7, the Lord said, "If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, you shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto thee." The words of the Most High True God. So you see, to get your prayers answered, the key to that is to allow the words of the Most High True God to abide in you. It's by allowing the words of the Most High True God to transform your heart by reading his words daily and be obedient to it. And that way your prayers will be answered. In these end times, the true and authentic words of the Most High True God is only found at the website testimonyofthetwowitnesses.com. This is what Jesus Christ the Lord said in his testimony. On April 1st, 2012, Jesus said, "The consolations of following me always outweigh the hurdles and trials of this era." Yes, there is great tribulation in this world. Yes, the world has become spiritually toxic as well as physically. And yes, this era is coming to an end. For I have overcome the world, my children. So seek to be with me, and you overcome as well. Seek to live in the truth and abide in my ways, and you will find salvation for your souls. The words of the Most High True God. So in these end times, to find salvation for your soul, you need to allow the words of the Most High True God to abide in your heart. So as the world has become spiritually toxic, the Most High True God is going to make all things new. All those who will be able to survive in these end times are those who allow the words of the Most High True God to abide in their heart. So go to the website testimonyofthechurewitnesses.com. Start reading the words of the Most High True God and allow the words to abide in your heart, so that the Most High True God will also abide in you. May the Most High True God bless his faithful eminent flock with the needed graces to persevere on the narrow path that leads to the kingdom of heaven. Amen.